Okay, let's continue reading Document D. We've read the original words of the Declaration of Independence that mean that whenever the government stops protecting people's rights, it is the right of the people to alter or to abolish it. So now, what do people take in that to mean, and how do they use that? So we're going to start by taking a look at this first source from the Carol Moore Report of 2008. And there's this picture. It catches my eye right away because it has an upside-down flag. For those of you who don't know, the upside-down flag is a signal of extreme distress, used to signal that there was extreme danger to life or property. But people have started using it as a protest to say, hey, there's something terribly wrong here in our country when they fly the flag upside down. So you see here people who are using it to support President Trump's 2020 run for re-election as presidents. On the other side of the political spectrum, we have people using it to support Black Lives Matter. And this one, resist, which is basically resist sort of the things that Trump stood for, is what people made this sticker to think. So lots of different people using that symbol to protest. So what are they using it for here? What are they trying to alter, change the government, or trying to abolish the government? Pardon me. So, the photo is from the blog of an activist in the Vermont secession movement. This movement was launched in 2003 by the people who were angry about the bigness of the federal government. Good writing there, bigness. All right, so they're angry, upset at how big the federal government had gotten. The goal was to return Vermont to the independent status it had between 1777 and 1791 before it joined the Union. So before Vermont joined the United States by ratifying the Constitution, it was an independent country of its own, really. So they're wanting the Vermont to go back there. So on your document notes, you have the quote that I just read to you. Decide, is this an example of people who are trying to alter or just change the United States government? Or are they wanting to abolish it and get rid of it, make it so it goes away out of their lives entirely? I will tell you the Vermont secession movement flag and the Tea Party example below it. One is alter, one is abolish. So let's take a look at the other example. There's a video in your slides in the Nearpod about the Tea Party if you want to know more about them. But the Tea Party movement takes its name from the Boston Tea Party. The Tea Party members believe in following the words and intent of the Declaration and the Constitution. They support a smaller government, lower taxes, and the reduction of the national debt. So there are some things that Carol Moore would agree with the Tea Party, especially the fact that there should be a smaller federal government. Or their idea. It's not a fact, it's an idea. The Declaration of the Tea Party Independence. So once again, we're looking for that quote that goes in your notes. Also, as you're reading, be listening for the slide that should be here says you're looking for words that are similar to the original Declaration of Independence. Not just this one phrase, but any words that are similar to the Declaration. So you're going to highlight those in a color that is not yellow and trying to figure out what did they want to do about the government. As the course of human events winds its way through history, it has found some paths lead to tyranny and some to liberty. I'm going to pause right there and say, the course of human events. I believe the Declaration starts with, when in the course of human events it becomes necessary. So, as the course of human events, that is one that I would highlight a different color. Words that we haven't studied as much, so you might not recognize as soon. And then there's that key word, liberty. Have we talked about that with the Declaration of Independence? Let me think about that and look back at my documents and see and decide if I'm going to highlight that word or not. So, here we go. I'm going to go on reading with the second sentence. In seeking a path to liberty, a great and powerful movement is now arising from every corner of our land. Created by the will of the American people, it rejects unconstitutional domination by the government that is supposed to be its servant. This movement has arisen in large part because our elected officials have failed us. Therefore, individuals acting through the Tea Party movement seek to restore the policies which are proven to safeguard liberty and prosperity for all. We will organize, demonstrate, and vote until this restoration has been achieved. Okay, so looking for those phrases that are similar to the Declaration of Independence. A government that is supposed to be its servant sounds kind of like what we talked about with Document C. The government that is, the power belongs to the people. So, what are they wanting to do with the Tea Party? What was that quote saying? They're seeking to do something, the policies that are proven to safeguard liberty and prosperity for all. Is that altering or changing it a little bit, the government a little bit? Or are they wanting to abolish and get rid of it entirely? Remember I said one of these is alter, one is abolish. You figure out which one is more extreme. The more extreme one wants to get rid of. All right. When you have finished that, go ahead and answer the questions on your document, and then you are ready to look at the slides that have the sources on what are people saying now about what they'd like to change or get rid of with the United States government.